Outgrowing a friend is the best, worst feeling in the world because it means that you're growing, but they're not. It kind of feels like I'm killing you. It's like, damn, homie, like I know what I have to do, but I'm not strong enough to do it. Like I don't want to. Like there was a time where I had respect for you, and now anytime you speak, I wish you would cease. I wish you weren't. You know what I mean? Like, because now it's a real breakup. There's no more love in my eyes. You're not as sexy to me as you used to be. And it's not you. No, 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 it's not you. It's me. It's me. Why am I lying to you?
Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Finish Your Breakfast with AV. I'm your host, AV, aka Mr. Weekday Mornings. Guys, we're going to talk about friendships today. I don't know who needs to hear this, but expired friendships is not beef. Expired friendships is not beef. It's very important. I did a show a while back that real men, don't believe in the fallacy of friendships. If you've lived long as I have, or you've been through as many things as I have, you've realized that friends come and go, similar to love, right? You fell in love, your heart was broken, you didn't think you would get over this one, and then you met another one. Same thing with friends, and it's unfortunate because loyalty is something, integrity, loyalty is something that people don't really have anymore. They don't take pride in having. And if you are constantly trying to become a better version of yourself, a lot of times people either can't keep up with you or they've just complacent. So if you're a man trying to become better every single day, we understand how important it was for us to wake up and put in the effort and do the work. And even though sometimes we were probably a lot happier when we were blind and dumb, there's no way that we would ever go back there. And we've probably come too far to stop now, right? You only get one life. And I think it's important for us to make the most of it. So if you want to live a life that you want to be the ruler of, and you want as much peace and quiet and conformity that you deserve, there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to be required to do, and a lot of things that most people won't do. And this is going to include a lot of people that you grew up with. So we need to talk about expired friendships. We need to understand that this is a part of life, and this is something that we all need to accept. As painful as it is, there are going to be some people in your life that you're going to have to cut out, whether it's family members, even children, anybody who is toxic, anyone who is not necessarily growing or at least trying to grow. They don't necessarily have to be at the same pace that you're in, but if they're not even attempting to become better, this is something that you might have to be at a crossroad and decide whether this person is somebody that you would like to have in the future as opposed to just relying on the past. So let's talk about 5 signs you may have outgrown your friendships. Number one, they're always broke. They're always broke, always broke. They can't do anything. You always gotta, they don't want to go out. They can't go out because they don't have any money. They're mismanaging their money. They have a habit. We all get 24 hours in a day, and some of us have more obstacles than others. Absolutely. But if you're always broke, and it's not about having money for you to be a friend, my friend, but being in a position to be able to do different things, to create new memories is very important. Maybe you've outgrown this person. Maybe you were broke at one point and you realize how much work it took for you to not to be as broke, and you're still working towards it. And this person maybe is complacent. Maybe they got a rent control apartment. Maybe they got um, government assistance. Maybe they got SSI. And meanwhile, you have to do everything that you have to do to try to get out of the rat race and to try to flourish in this goddamn world. So if they're always broke, then maybe this is somebody that you might want to consider cutting off because maybe you've outgrown them. Number two, they only call you when they need you. Only time you hear from them is when they need to talk about the bitch that cheated on them. The only time they need you is when they don't have anything else better to do. The only time they need you call that they call you is when they need a favor. You never hear from them. This is like when you get the phone call from somebody and shit. They don't cut to the chase. Hey, how you doing? They want to hear about your fucking day. They want to hear about your family. They want to hear about personal things about you. And meanwhile, you know they don't give a shit. They just want a favor. So for me, I'd rather you just cut to the chase. What do you need, bro? What can I do? Do you have a gun in your mouth? Do you want to jump off the ledge? What do you need? How can I help you and cut this conversation short? Because I know you don't care about me. So if you're dealing with somebody who only calls you and reaches out to you when they need you, um, and you rarely need them, you try to figure it out on your own. You, as a man, you're resourceful. This is somebody that may not necessarily be in line with the next chapters in your life. Maybe you've outgrown this person. Number three, they still engage in bad habits you've outgrown. This is probably one of the biggest ones on this list for me, man. Your friends from high school, your friends from the past are still engaging in bad habits, bad things that you've outgrown, that you worked really motherfucking hard to outgrow. Maybe some of your friends are still doing drugs. Maybe they're still drinking every day. Maybe they're still going to the strip club. Maybe they're still beating their wives. Either way, if you've outgrown those things, if you've ever done any of those things, and you've made an effort to try to become better, you realize that you were a degenerate piece of shit. You realize that you were better than the drugs. You were better than the alcohol. You were better than the bad habits. And you made the effort, man. And that person, despite the history, despite the love, they're still doing that, man. You probably have outgrown this person, bro. It's tough. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? It's a little disappointing. It's a little disheartening. But, at the end of the day, we all have our own journey. We all have our own issues. And, I've had my fair share of demons, which I'm still paying for. I'm still fighting. I'm still walking the line every day. But, if I have to be put in a position where it's between me and you, and it's all about history versus my future, I'm always gonna look forward, bro, because it's always forward, never backwards. And if one of my niggas is still doing dumb shit like back in the day we was doing, I probably have outgrown you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna disrespect you. I still got love for you, but I can't fuck with you like that. And if anybody could relate to that, let me know. Number four, they are constantly throwing you under the bus. This is a big one, bro. They're constantly throwing you under the bus. It was cool back in the day. None of my niggas bitches like me. I was always the fall guy and shit. Them niggas is doing shit. They doing shit behind their girls' backs. They're staying out late. They're saying they're with me. They're blaming me for all the bullshit. Fine. That was cool and all of that. But as a man, if you are in a relationship and you decided to do something, man, you gotta stand on that. You shouldn't be including your niggas in your dirt anyway. That's number one. You should be moving solo anyway. You should be doing your dirt by your lonely. That's number one. That's number one. That's basic shit. But number two, you're always throwing a nigga under the bus. I'm the fall guy. Why do you have to talk shit about me? So next time I go to the family gathering or your bitch doesn't like me, I know why. It's not just the podcast. It's because you're talking shit to kind of divert the attention away from you. You're a weak man. And if you got friends or so-called associates and people that are continuously throwing you under the bus deliberately and you're made aware of it, you got to cut that person off. Now, if you're confident and you're masculine, niggas gonna talk shit anyway. We understand that. That's what we're built for that. But at the end of the day, if your friends, your old school friends are talking shit about you, that's somebody you have to pay attention to. If your friends are talking shit about other people in the circle that you know of, you think your information is safe? I said this many times. I hope my niggas don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? And I don't need to know everything about you either. It's fine. But I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Been on my own since 17, been in the streets since 17, It's the way that I protect myself. So at the end of the day, if somebody's throwing you under the bus, they're gonna talk shit anyway, but don't give them as much shit to talk about. If this person continuously throwing you under the bus and throwing someone else under the bus, you gotta keep your eyes open on that dude. All right. And number 5, they've become woke and adopted a liberal mindset.
Breakfast is being served, baby.
Is the person still blue pill? Is the person that you roll with asleep? Are they liberal? Do they want things handed to them? Do they feel like men and women are equal? If you're masculine, you listen to this content, you understand the importance of being a man, being masculine. Stating the fact that men and women are not equal is not a bash at women. We love women, respect women, but at the end of the day, we have to instill conservative values on this planet, in this world. The United States gives you a false sense of security and they make you feel like there's freedom here. But every time a man talks the truth, it's suppressed. We've seen it all the time. If your friends have not held on to their masculinity and they have adopted the you can't beat them, join them, this is somebody that you might have outgrown. Never compromise who you are as a man just to keep the peace. If it's all hell's gonna break loose, it's all hell's gonna break loose. At the end of the day, make sure that you hold your nuts and be proud of who you are. I appreciate everybody for being here. Make sure you guys like the video, share the video, let everybody know breakfast was served. Okay?